Live from WTVO Rockford and your home team. Eyewitness News at 5 starts now.
Possible relief for struggling parents. A cargo plane filled with baby formula from overseas lands in the U.S. today. And the public helped save it. Today, the public got to learn more about the Freeport tabernacle and plans for the future.
Most of the famous aviators that anybody's ever heard of had flown or owned a Jenny at one point.
Plus, history takes flight as a Jenny made right here in the state line makes her public debut. Good evening, I'm Marissa Lessner. Thanks for joining us tonight. We aren't even halfway through the year and 12 people have been killed in Winnebago County, 9 of them in Rockford. Tomorrow, families of those victims will come together to help each other heal. The Carol McFagan Memorial Service is named after the woman who founded the Rockford Homicide Survivor Support Group. The hope is to show strength in numbers for families who may otherwise feel alone. Homicide victims' names are read aloud and loved ones have the opportunity to light a candle in their memory. The service is at Riverside Community Church on North 2nd Street. It starts at 6 p.m. This will be the 18th year for that memorial service. COVID-19 cases are on the rise. Nearly every county in the state line is considered a high transmission area. The Biden administration is now planning for a likely wave of new infections this fall. The White House COVID coordinator says they hope to have more vaccines and better access to testing, but stressed on ABC this week, it all depends on congressional funding.
One of the reasons I've been talking a lot about the need for Congress to step up and fund this effort is if they don't, Martha, we will go into the fall and winter without that next generation of vaccines, without treatments and diagnostics. That's going to make it much, much harder for us to take care of and protect Americans.
Yesterday, COVID cases in the U.S. surpassed 83 million. Because of the new surge, people are encouraged to wear a mask when indoors, especially if you have an underlying condition. After a piece of local history is saved from bulldozers, one group is now sharing its history and plans for renovations with the public. Emery Wilder visited the Oakdale Nature Preserve today. And Emery, what can you tell us?
Marissa, a deal made by the Freeport Park District hands over the tabernacle to a group motivated to revive and restore the historic property. Their goal is to get the building back to being functional for the community.
It's a historic building. It was an important part of this park here called Oakdale and a part of Freeport.
Joe Kanaski spent his Sunday showing off the tabernacle. He's a member of Save the Tabernacle, a coalition formed by citizens who are dedicated to saving the 107-year-old building.
The first tabernacle was here in 1895, and it was built in 1895. And in May of 1915, lightning struck the top of the old tabernacle, and it burnt to the ground because there was nobody to help save it.
It was rebuilt in 1915, this time supported with steel. A member of the Freeport Library Group, Tiger Johnson, has seen the building go through many different phases. He adds, in its prime, the tabernacle would host thousands of people for various events.
So that's what people did in the old days. There was no electricity, there was no cars, no airplanes, no television sets, no telephones, and I'm talking about 1895 when they opened the first camp meetings here.
The space was used for things like church services, business meetings, and weddings. The group plans to bring the historic structure back to its original glory, but that comes with a cost. Kanaski says the condition of the inside is pretty good, but outside needs work.
I think if we did the entire renovation, not exactly to the exact historic specifications, it might cost $300,000. And over the 20-year lease might be a total of $500,000 to keep it maintained, to operate it, and different things of that sort.
The group is raising the money on their own. If you'd like to pitch in to help get the tabernacle back up and running, head to mystateline.com. Marissa?
All right, thanks, Amory. The State Line's newest thrift store is opening next month, and you can start donating tomorrow. Goodwill is moving into its old Gander Mountain location on McFarland Road in Rockford. The drive-through donation center opens tomorrow. They're looking for clothing, toys, home and kitchen decor, and more. That store opens on June 2nd. A harpist from Europe plays her first concert in the United States right here in Rockford. Yona picked up the harp 10 years ago as a teen and fell in love. In her first year of playing, she won first place at a Young Talents national competition. Yona is from Romania, from a town that is sister cities with Rockford. That's why she is here, and played a concert at Emmanuel Episcopal Church today.
I'm excited. I'm really excited because it's my second time in the United States and it's my first time when I'm performing here.
Nanette Felix with the Rockford Symphony provided Yona with her personal harp for that concert. A vintage airplane 5 years in the making takes flight in Poplar Grove with a lot of excitement and enthusiasm.
As we began to taxi, the crowd was applauding, and we hadn't even gotten in the air yet. So, and then once she took off, the crowd was applauding again. It was a great crowd showed up today. I mean, really impressive that the word got out and that there's this much interest in our project.
This plane is called the Jenny. It was the first mass-produced airplane and was used to help train pilots during World War I. About 15 volunteers from the Vintage Wings and Wheels Museum spent about 22,000 hours building it from scratch. The Jenny has been out for a few test flights, but this was the first one for the public to see. It's not an easy plane to fly. It takes 4 people to operate it, has no brakes and no starter. The airport hopes the plane helps bring in more people and donations to the museum. Also in Boone County today, downtown Belvedere comes to life for the Buchanan Street Stroll. The corner of Buchanan and Whitney was blocked off for the street party. There was music, food, vendors, and kids' activities. Many of the area shops were also open. Organizers say it's a good way to get people coming to see what downtown Belvedere has to offer, so they come back to the stores and restaurants this summer.
A lot of them run drink specials and food specials. We have some new stores that have opened on Buchanan Street. There's a unique boutique that just opened behind me here. So there's a lot of great things going on this street, and it's nice to see people down here enjoying them.
There are 2 more Buchanan Street strolls scheduled for the summer, one in July and one in September. A large shipment of baby formula will soon be on the hands of parents. Pallets of the cans just arrived from Europe as part of Operation Fly Formula. As Basil John tells us, the formula will be distributed to help with the shortage.
This Air Force C-17 jet touched down in Indianapolis Sunday morning. On board, 40 tons of baby formula.
This shipment provides enough formula to take care of 9,000 babies and 18,000 toddlers.
Produced in Switzerland, trucked to Germany, and flown to the U.S., it is the first shipment in the Biden administration's Operation Fly Formula. Agriculture Secretary Tom Vilsack met the flight. He says the normal commercial process would take 2 weeks to get the shipment to the U.S.
As a result of the United States military's involvement, we're going to get this here in a matter of days.
Vilsack says this is badly needed formula for babies and children with special dietary needs.
Children who have allergies where the regular formula just simply will not work.
However, this first shipment will not fill empty store shelves. It goes to hospitals and some healthcare facilities across the country, but more shipments are on the way. A single plant shutdown helped create the formula shortage in the U.S. U.S. Economic Council Director Brian Deese told CNN State of the Union the U.S. must encourage more companies to produce formula.
So that no individual company has this much control over supply chains.
Vilsack promised there is an effort to get this closed formula production facility in Sturgis, Michigan back open as soon as possible.
And the expectation is within the next couple of weeks we'll begin to see product from that facility.
Vilsack says Americans can expect store shelves to return to normal in a few weeks. Reporting in Washington, I'm Basil John.
Now, your first warned weather forecast from Chief Meteorologist Candace King.
Well, it's nice to see the sunshine out there this afternoon, although a little bit of a chill in the air with that blustery northwest wind. At times, we've had that wind gust close to 30 miles per hour. Good news, the wind will kind of subside here as we go through the remainder of this evening. Bad news, we might have a few areas of some patchy frost. Nothing that I think will be too concerning through tomorrow morning, but we'll just watch our temperatures. We'll still have a few clouds out there this evening. 61 our temperature right now in Freeport, 64 in Rockford, Janesville, 63 right now in Rochelle. Winds are still sustained from the northwest at about 15 to 20 miles per hour. Our weather watcher Ben up in South Beloit checking in with 62. No rainfall today, still pretty dry as our dew point temperature right now sits in the lower 30s. We've had some of those fair weather cumulus clouds kind of pop up here over the last several hours compared to what we've had this morning, and then some high level cirrus clouds working in, all thanks to a storm system that's been a little bit further down to the south. We take a live look with our Mercell Skytrack camera now out of the Poplar Grove Airport, brought to us by the Poplar Grove Airport. Those cumulus clouds you see out there this evening, they will kind of fade away as the sun does set, and that's what will kind of lead us with that mostly clear sky as we go through this evening. High pressure just off to the northwest, why we have that northwesterly wind, but that high pressure system will move overhead for tonight, and part of the reason why our winds will turn calm here through the overnight. We've been pretty quiet for today. Tomorrow going to be the same story. All the active weather has been out to the east, even a little bit more active weather with some rain and some snow showers in the higher elevations out across the Rockies. High pressure dominates our skies through the afternoon tomorrow, but we do see a little bit more cloud cover by this time tomorrow evening. So down to 40 degrees, I think that'll be our temperature here in Rockford, some of the outlying areas. So I'm looking at you, maybe Freeport, Rochelle. Some of the cooler spots could dip to about 38, 39 degrees. So that's why I did say a little patchy frost. It is possible, but again, I don't think it's anything where you're going to have to need to cover up your plants or anything that you may have planted out there. We're not looking at anything too widespread. With some sunshine for tomorrow, temperature will make it up to about 66 degrees. Our wind direction, though, will shift around to the northeast tomorrow as that high pressure system slides a little bit further off to our east. Notice just before sunrise or right as the sun is coming up, which is typically when we get our coldest point in the morning, a few spots upper 30s, low 40s, but we should warm quickly as we see a fair amount of sunshine, at least for the first half of the day. Once we get into tomorrow, late afternoon, tomorrow evening, we'll see a little bit more of that cloud cover move in. We should stay dry during that time. Tuesday going to be our next chance where we could have a couple of sprinkles during the first half of the day, and then a few light rain showers Tuesday afternoon, Tuesday evening as our next storm system begins to move in. In fact, that'll bring us a chance for a shower thunderstorm Tuesday night into Wednesday. I think our best time for some steady rainfall overnight Tuesday into Wednesday. A couple of those showers will linger on Thursday, Friday. Here as we get in towards the holiday weekend, just an isolated shower thunderstorm chance there Saturday and Sunday. As far as the rainfall totals are concerned, really anywhere maybe between about a half an inch up to 3/4 of an inch of rain coming down Tuesday and then into Wednesday, and then just a little bit there for Thursday, Friday. So here we go with the forecast. 66 tomorrow, 65 on Tuesday. We stay a little bit below average, and we do see those numbers drop a bit here as we head towards Wednesday, Thursday, but we're back into the 70s, and Marissa, I think we get to the 80s by the time we get into Saturday and Sunday.
Welcome back. The Cubs played today without starting catcher Wilson Contreras. He's dealing with tightness in his right hamstring. He's listed as day-to-day. Contreras left yesterday's game in the third inning against the Arizona Diamondbacks. He hurt himself running the bases. Manager David Ross says the injury isn't serious, but he'll give Contreras a few days off before putting him back in the lineup. The Cubs brought up catcher P.J. Higgins from AAA Iowa to fill in. He's been tearing it up, hitting .417 with a homer and 17 RBIs in just 22 games. And his hot streak continued into the big leagues. With the bases loaded in the second inning, Higgins rips one into the right field corner. That clears the bases. It's a triple for Higgins. Cubs are up 3-0. Now fast forward to the 8th inning. Diamondbacks are up 4-3, but the Cubs show off some power. Patrick Wisdom launches one over the center field wall for a solo home run. That ties the game at 4. Next batter, Frank Schwindel, cruises one to the left, and the Cubs take the lead. Top of the 9th now, so no more drama here. Drew Ellis flies out to center for the final out of the game. Cubs get the win 5-4. Just moments ago, the White Sox took Game 1 of today's doubleheader with the Yankees. A.J. Pollock hit a solo shot, and Adam Engel's RBI double gave them a 3-1 lead in the 9th inning. Liam Hendricks closed the door in the bottom half. The Bears hope to secure one of the NFL's best young linebackers before the team takes the field this season. ESPN reports contract talks with Roquan Smith is expected to really heat up this summer. Both sides have said they want to get an extension done. It's expected any deal will pay Smith at least $20 million per year. Last season, he ranked 4th in the NFL in total tackles, 4th among linebackers for tackles for the loss, and had the 2nd lowest missed tackle percentage. Meanwhile, free agent defensive end J.D. Vincloni is headed back to Cleveland. It's reportedly a 1-year deal worth up to $11 million. Clowney revived his career last season with the Browns, picking up 9 sacks, his most since 2018. The Bulls might lose one of their key players. According to Sports Illustrated, it's no longer considered a slam dunk for the team to bring back all-star shooting guard Zach LaVine. He's set to become an unrestricted free agent on July 1st. LaVine is seeking a max deal. There's rumblings that at least 4 teams are interested in signing him. Those are the Trailblazers, Mavericks, Hawks, and the Lakers.
The first to warn interactive radars. Nice and quiet for us here this evening. We've had a little bit of a wind out there. That wind will subside a bit as high pressure continues to move in as we go through the night tonight. This will allow our temperatures to drop down to about 40 degrees, up to 66 tomorrow. Rain by the middle of the week.
All right, that's going to do it for us. Have a great night.